Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our guest host today is going to be Abby Wyman. You remember her, she's our adoption coordinator. Can't adopt an animal without going through Abby, so very important person to be nice to. Of course, be nice to all the staff because they are wonderful people and they all deserve respect and kindness and love and compassion. The same thing that we show to the animals here in our care at the Ames Animal Shelter. So let's meet Abby. She's going to talk about some ringworm kittens that we have. The cutest little fluffy things. Well, kind of fluffy, kind of scaly too. But she's going to show us some beautiful kittens that are under treatment for ringworm and one really big dog that's looking for its forever home.
All right, my first three friends today are some of the youngest we have in the building. These guys are Othello, Chess, and Go. They are in their very own room because they have a topical fungus called ringworm. If you have a kid or if you have been in wrestling, you're familiar with what ringworm is. It's basically like athlete's foot, just not on just the feet. It's on other parts of the body. And the reason that's a concern in a shelter environment is just because of how contagious it is, which is why you see me wearing my isolation gear. I'm wearing an isolation gown and gloves. I got my hair back in a ponytail, so we don't have any contamination, because not only could I potentially spread this to other cats in the building, I could give it to myself or to other humans too if I have the spores from that fungus on my hands when I'm touching something or someone. So that's really the issue in shelters, is that it's super contagious. So they need their very own room, and it's just uncomfortable for them because it's itchy. It's not usually anything life-threatening or anything like that. In home environments with adult healthy cats, most vet clinics don't even blink at a spot of ringworm on a cat. You put a little bit of Lotrimin on it, the same thing you put on your feet, and they're usually good to go. And the reason for that is because most adult cats in home environments have very healthy immune systems. And so when we have these itty bitty little babies who are stressed out in a shelter, young with immature immune systems, we get it really bad. And so actually one of the worst ones, and you're not even seeing it at full on as worst as it ever was because they've been on treatment for about 2 weeks now. But you can see on this guy, he's got some hair loss on his ear here. We most commonly see hair loss on the limbs. So you can see on his arm how the hair is growing back in. I call it like little duckling fur. And he's not yellow because he's dirty. He's yellow because one of the ways we treat this is with a topical treatment called lime sulfur, where we actually bathe them in a lime sulfur medicated bath. And we don't rinse it off. It sits on the fur because it kills off the spores that are sitting on the fur. In addition to that, we give them an oral medication called itrafungal, which helps the body to suppress it from the inside out. So as the hair is growing, it has the medication on the hairs to be a little bit more resistant to the ringworm, as well as the topical treatment. So those two things combined together, ringworm treatment takes about 6 weeks if the first 6 weeks are successful in eliminating the ringworm spore. After that, we do a culture every week. Once we get 2 negative ringworm cultures, then they're able to go up for adoption. But if we don't get a negative on one of those, then we have to do at least another 2 weeks of treatment. So that's really the reason that it is so stressful in a shelter environment. And the medication we give them too, the downside of it being for these little babies is it's really hard on their tummies too. So the first week they were on it, they really didn't gain weight very well for us, but they're doing fantastic now, especially this guy. This is Go. You can see that big fat happy kitten wet food belly. So we're doing everything we can to keep them eating, keep them happy. We try to get our volunteers in here in isolation gear when they can, because we don't want these guys to associate every time they get touched with getting medication or a stinky bath. So we do what we can for them. And then my goal is in hopefully just a few weeks, when they're all better, we'll do a follow-up episode and show you how they look once they're recovered. All right, and my dog friend today is Abe. Abe is a German Shepherd. I think he's either 4 or 6 years old. I did not remember to check his sheet before we came up. He is a neutered male. He is actually from kind of a sad story. It was a woman who passed away in her home, and when law enforcement arrived to check on her, they found her deceased with her 5 dogs in the house. So Abe is one of the 5. We had quite the age range. We had one as old as 12, a golden retriever, and we have another shepherd as young as 18 months old in the home. There's also a cat as well. So the family was able to find family members and friends for 2 out of the 3 dogs right off the bat. They did have another friend of the family that came and adopted the 3rd one, and so what we have left is Abe and his brother John, who is also a German Shepherd. John is 18 months old, so a little bit younger than Abe. Abe is very, very sweet. They were all raised around kids and around other dogs, of course, and a cat. So he's really going to fit into most homes. Ideally, someone who has experience with shepherds or just has done some research and understands that these are dogs that are bred to do a job. So they will go crazy if you don't give them something to do. They're usually not couch potatoes until their older years. So people who have shepherds absolutely love them. They make great, loyal family dogs. Generally very well socialized. He's getting a little stressed out being stuck here all the time. But we're doing what we can to find Mr. Abe a home. He is just so beautiful and so sweet, and our hearts are just so broken for him and his family to have lost his mom and now to end up in a shelter. So if you or someone you know is looking for a very sweet, very inquisitive shepherd, you can fill out an adoption application on our website at amesanimalshelter.org.
Well, that's our show. I want to thank Abby for gowning up and showing us those beautiful kittens that are on their road to recovery. As she mentioned, it's like a 6-week recovery, and that's if all the treatment goes well. So that's a huge drain on our resources, our staffing. So if there's any way that you could possibly help the shelter and donate to help care for these little ones, we would greatly appreciate it. You can go onto our website at amesanimalshelter.org and make a donation directly online there. And you can put ringworm kittens. Every donation helps. Even small donations help us care for these little ones that are so precious and deserve every bit of care and love that we can give them here while they're with us, waiting for their forever home. So, and we, of course, you saw that German Shepherd, just a very sad situation. The owner passed away and left 5 large dogs behind. So just a beautiful German Shepherd. Looking for its forever home. I believe we do have some applications coming in, but we would definitely consider any applications that are submitted at our website. Again, that's amesanimalshelter.org. If you're interested in meeting any of the animals, you can see them on that website. You can see everything that we have available for adoption. And of course, if you've lost a pet, you want to go to that same website and look for lost pets at the shelter. Hopefully your furry friend won't be home. We'll get your furry friend back home soon, and you'll be able to see their picture on our website within 30 minutes of them coming to our facility. So that's updated every 30 minutes, and very important to us that that's kept updated so you know exactly what's here at the shelter. I want to thank everybody for watching us and your support. It means the world to us and to the furry friends that we take care of here at the Ames Animal Shelter. Thank you.